I'm gonna do it, baby. I'm gonna do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, baby.
Okay. First question. What is your name?
Alan.
What's my name?
Daddy.
Did you know that Daddy's birthday is next weekend? No, you didn't.
Daddy.
I'm gonna be 31.
Oh, and then I'm gonna be 32.
Ah, you got it. Okay. Who is your best friend?
You are?
Boom. Say it one more time.
You're my best friend, Daddy.
I just want to get that on the record. So last week, you saw The Incredibles, right? What did you think?
I was thinking, I said, go superheroes, go!
Do you remember anybody's name from the movie? Can you tell me any of the characters' names?
The names are superheroes.
So Bob, I think the wife is Susan. You know what? I can't remember. Frozone.
Frozone? Yes!
You remember? Okay, you remember Frozone. Okay.
Frozone.
But you like the movie?
And then different superheroes. Superheroes, red superheroes, and all superheroes, and red superheroes, and superheroes, all red superheroes, and one white, one free superheroes. That is the Frozone. Frozone is the freeze one.
Okay.
He feeds, and he makes us cold.
Okay. What is something that makes you happy?
Daddy.
I make you happy? Okay, now I think they're not going to believe the other question if you just say, what else? What else makes you happy?
When you cook me food, when you make me dinner, when you give me a snack, when you bring me to the park.
We do go to the park a lot. We go to the park like every day. Yeah. We have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the park yesterday and we blew bubbles, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can get a bubble.
A bubble gun.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't know where is old parts. And we just picked another one.
Yeah, they didn't have it at Walmart, so we picked a different one.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
4.
All right. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor, a magician, and singer, and a nurse.
A nurse?
Uh-huh.
So you want to be a doctor, a magician, a singer, and a nurse? Okay.
And an astronaut.
An astronaut. A doctor, a singer, a nurse, a magician, and an astronaut. Okay. That's awesome. You can do all of that.
And a captain.
And a captain?
Oh, look.
Oh, like in the military. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's good to know. I didn't know that, so that's good to know. What are you really good at?
Really good at knowing, thinking, like you say something, doing something, and waking something.
And what?
Waking something.
Waking?
Waking.
Working?
Mm-hmm.
Working something. Okay. Hey, you pretty smart, girl. Knowing something, doing something, working on something. What is your favorite food?
Chicken nuggets, and fries, and juice, and pizza,
Yeah.
and Chick-fil-A, chicken,
Okay.
and And that's it.
That's it?
Mhm.
Did you like chocolate ice cream?
Mhm.
You like chocolate?
Chocolate ice cream.
Okay. What is your favorite song?
I got the slums and some of my bones.
You like this song, huh? This is a good song.
Let it go, let it go.
I like that song too, huh?
Uh-huh. Elsa.
Elsa, yeah.
You knew that.
I got the. Well, so let's see. I got this feeling. Is Justin Timberlake from Trolls. It's from Trolls movie. I'm forgetting like some of the stuff, but anyway. What do you want for your birthday this year?
A number birthday.
A number birthday. What does that mean?
I'm gonna have another birthday.
Yeah, you gonna. Oh, you're saying you want another birthday.
And I'm gonna have another birthday.
Yeah. But what do you? Is there anything that you want? Yes, you're gonna have another birthday. So thank you, thank the Lord, thank you, God. But is there anything you want?
Like my cake.
Okay, you want a
And
cake?
I'm gonna share with all my friends and all my cousins.
You're gonna be with all your friends and all your cousins. Okay. Okay, I think we can do that. I think we can do that. What's your favorite animal?
A giraffe, elephant, and monkeys, and zebras.
And zebras.
Them do. And no.
Are you sure? What color is a zebra?
White and black.
White and black. Okay. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Okay. Where do you live?
In Texas.
In Texas. That's right. Yes, we live in Texas now.
We're not back in Arkansas.
We're not back in Arkansas. Yep, we live in Texas now. All right. Say, this is the What We Gonna Do podcast. Say it.
This is We Gonna Do podcast.
Okay, one more time. This is the What We Gonna Do podcast.
What we gonna do podcast.
Say, okay, one more time.
We gonna do podcast.
And my name is.
Alani.
All right. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
Perfect. Welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed recording it. I told my daughter she would be on the podcast, and what a better time than today. Well, I'm recording this early, but I mean, today is 7/7. I mean, it's my birthday. You know what I mean? 31 years old. So I figured, hey, you know, my daughter, you know what I mean? My angel. Let me go ahead and get her cameo in this very special episode, which I hope will be interesting for everyone that's out there listening. Again, this is the What We Gonna Do podcast. I am your host, AJ. You can find me on social media at What We Gonna Do Pod. That's GONE on Instagram and Twitter. If you would like to support the show, please visit patreon.com/What We Gonna Do. If you're thinking about starting a podcast and you would like to get a free 30 days of unlimited hosting, please visit podbean.com/What We Gonna Do. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you want to send me any money on Cash App, hit me, whatwegonnado@gmail.com. That's the email. Or you can hit me in the DMs, whichever one you prefer. especially if you're talking about money. I ain't worried about everybody else. Well, no, I'm worried about everybody else because I appreciate everybody else. This is officially, I want to say, over a year of me podcasting. I think I actually started like in June of last year, I believe. I'd have to look at the time, you know what I'm saying? But there's no 1 year thing. You know, when I get that big bag from this podcast, I'm probably going to do something. I mean, I definitely, you know, I still have to do some meetups and, you know, do some other stuff. But, you know, when that bag is right, you know what I mean? Till then, I'm just working. I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying doing this and, you know, hopefully feeling like I'm reaching some people and getting people to think a little bit differently. And make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the show. Make sure you retweet, repost, comment, subscribe, whatever you need to do so you can help me continue to help you. Make sure you also leave me a review on iTunes or wherever you can find the podcast. We are on Spotify, Google Play, TuneIn, Acast, Radio Public. Did I say iTunes? iTunes, Podbean, and wherever else you can find. I'm on some other stuff too. Wherever else you can find it, just find it, give me a review, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. This episode will be about my birthday, 7/7/87. I went to school with two guys that actually had the same birthday as me. Now, I believe I was born first. I don't know. But I'm just going to say I was born first. I'm the oldest. Okay? I don't care about them other two guys. All right? They out there in the world. I wish them happy birthday. You know, those are my birthday brothers. You know what I mean? Coincidentally, we went to the same high school, as weird as that is. So hopefully those guys are doing all right. And, you know, if they got kids, I know one of them got kids. So hopefully, you know, everything is going well in their lives. Birthdays always make me reflect. That's kind of my initial thought, is to think back, you know, on all of the different years and who's here, who's not here, what I still have to accomplish, what I've accomplished. It's kind of a culmination for me. It's important, but I always have to think about all of those things. I don't let it get too heavy because it kind of depends on when my birthday falls, you know. And what I mean by that is I have different things going on each year. So sometimes I don't get to enjoy my birthday as much as I would like. I always do something. I mean, my birthday is a holiday. I take off, you know, and all of this other stuff, you know what I mean? Even if it's not too grand or anything like that, I always take off for my birthday. And I do something to celebrate life. I don't care what none of y'all say about birthdays and why they're not important. In my opinion, birthdays are very important. You have another year of life. A lot of people aren't here. People that are close to you, people that aren't close to you, celebrities, whoever you want to name, they're not here. And I don't care whatever you're going through, you should be thankful that you still have breath in your body and you have the ability to change your future. While you're still living, things can change. I don't care if you 10, 20, 30, 40, you ain't dead. People getting degrees at 77. Now I know a lot of y'all is like, man, I don't want to get no degree at 77. Well, you might. You never know. It's possible though. People have done it. There are people who are disabled who accomplish great things. So you can do the same thing. Some people started their careers at 30 or 40. It's possible. So anyway, with that reflecting, it just kind of brought me to think about like my childhood, my teens, me being an adult. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I go through the motions of kind of breaking everything down piece by piece and feeding it to you. You know, I didn't know if I should talk about myself again, but I'm going to talk about myself a little bit differently than the past couple of episodes. I didn't want this to be the same, but I really don't have a choice. You know, this is the topic that spoke to me the most. And it's my birthday. I thought about not releasing an episode. I thought about quite a few things, but then I said, nope, I am going to go ahead and put an episode out. And I am going to talk about something that I initially said I was going to talk about last year after my last episode, which was actually a week after my birthday. And when I say last episode, I mean the last episode that was around my birthday. I want to say like on the 14th or something like that. Like it came out basically like a week after my actual birthday, you know what I'm saying? But so I told y'all, everybody, hey, feel free to wish me a happy belated. This one is actually coming out on my birthday, 7/7. Lucky number 7. This is what people say. And I read up some stuff, you know, as far as like what that means and why people say that and whatever the case may be. 7 hasn't been the luckiest for me. You know, I don't consider my life to be too lucky. I wished it would have been a lot luckier. You know, I thank God for my life, that I'm breathing, that my family is all right, that there is a future, you know, but I've definitely had my rough parts, you know. I've had my rough parts throughout life to even get to this point, you know, because I never thought I would make it. Never would have made. I'm not even, you know, I don't know how to sing that gospel song. Who is it? Marvin Sapp. Never would have made it, I think. It may be somebody else. I don't know. It don't matter. I think that's the right name. It may not be the right name, but, you know, each year that I'm here is kind of like a testimony for those who are coming up under me. Whether it be my sisters, whether it be kids from the neighborhood, whether it's people I just encounter in my daily walk. It's like, yo, he made it. You know what I mean? And look at how he's living. Look at his daughter. Look at his wife. Look at his family, you know what I'm saying? Like, he made it. And we ain't talking about Bill Gates made it, because that's still the ultimate goal is, you know, I want to get to that Bill Gates status, you know, and I will get there one day. I have my sights set on greater things at this point, you know what I mean? And I am going to keep reaching until I get there. There's something that pulls me and continues to pull me in that direction. So, you know, I have to keep going. You know, I gotta see what it's like to live on the other side of life and be able to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be working when I'm 70. I don't want my daughter to have to take care of me and all of these types of things. I want to live like Jay-Z. I want to get out, get on a jet ski, jump off of boats, you know what I'm saying? Do videos at the Louvre, you know what I mean? Everything is love, you know, that's the type of stuff I want to do. As soon as I can, not even later on in life. I want to claim it and do it now, Lord. In the name of Jesus, I want to do it now. Alright, that's enough of me rambling. Let's jump into me as a kid on my birthday. So I got all of these different pictures of what's going on around my birthday. You know, my mom made it a habit of doing what she could with what she had. You know, that's the thing that I always say, that I always tell y'all, is that she did that. So when it came to birthdays, it was no different. She would do some type of decorations. She would ask me what I wanted, and we would do something at the house. You know, everybody can't go to Chuck E. Cheese. Everybody can't go to the, you know, the park or whatever and do something big. She did what she could with what she had. I think I might have mentioned this before, but pretty much I was raised by a single mother. I'm a product of a single mother. Love my mother to death. My father was around, you know what I'm saying? But I live with my mom. She fed me. She kept me clothed. She got me to school. She let me eat candy and all of this bull crap that I'm still kind of eating now, even though I've cut back. But, you know, my mom was a single parent. So on these birthdays, typically she got a cake. She used to get the little numbers. I don't know if she ever, I think she did get the candles like a few years, but most of the time she got like the numbers, especially, while I was younger, 5 and 6 and 7, all of that type of stuff where you can go out, you can buy the numbers until you start getting into those double digits and stuff like that. So we would do these birthday parties at the house. She would have some type of music going. She would have food that I ate. My friends weren't really there because they couldn't come outside and stuff like that. So usually my birthday parties consisted of me and my uncles, and I grew up around older people. So it was me, because I was pretty much the only child outside of my sister, which I talked about, and sister, the oldest one. Shout out to my sister with my niece. I pretty much was an only child for 10 years. We got different moms. She lived in a different house. So when it came time for birthdays, I don't know if she was there. I know my dad was there, until him and my mom separated, which was about 4 or 5. After that, pretty much my birthdays were me and my mom after that point, all the way up until, high school and college and stuff like that. College, it was pretty much just me. But as a kid, it was pretty much me, my mom, my mom's boyfriend or stepdad or whoever the hell she was dating at the time, probably my uncles, maybe, a few friends. But that was always one thing I wanted. I was like, man, I want one of them big birthday parties with all my friends. I didn't get that until last year, you know what I mean? And I thank my wife for that. It's a memory that I will never forget. I got that big birthday party, I got to drink, and you'll have to go back and listen to 30 for 30. That was the last birthday episode, by the way, 30 for 30. So it was cool, though. I was always an appreciative kid. I got my little toys and my remote control car. I never got everything that I wanted, but I got some stuff, when your voice get high, you know what I mean? It's emotional, you know what I mean? So I never got everything that I wanted, but I got a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And I always appreciated it, and I took care of it. I had like a trash can, literally a big green trash can full of toys, and I had like another smaller trash can full of toys. I had all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? I won't go through the different toys, but I had all kinds of stuff. But that was my birthdays as a kid. It was pretty much just me. My mom would put some little funny looking outfit on me. I look at the pictures and I'm just like, Lord, why? Why, Lord? I don't know where my mom was shopping at. I was definitely one of those Payless kids. I got some pictures where I'm in the little Jesus walk sandals. Now, y'all got to understand, this is Arkansas in the 90s. The way kids dress, this ain't East Coast, this ain't West Coast, this ain't deep down South. So I don't know. It's Arkansas stuff. If you look at pictures of Arkansas from the 90s, you'll see me looking like one of those people, looking like one of those kids. This is a bet. You ain't even got to guess. Just if you find any pictures, you can just be like, man, I bet AJ was wearing some shit like that. It's a fact. I probably was, I'm not even going to lie. So, it was cool. And this is what happened. I remember one year I got I wanted to say one year, I know my dad got me like a Super Nintendo. And then another time, I didn't get a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy. Somebody stole it, actually. I had a Game Boy. I don't know what happened. Somebody stole it. But my mom got me I used to love those little handheld games. The ones where it was like the little lithium ion battery, the little circular battery, whatever the name of it is, and just those little handheld games with the buttons and the D-pad, you know what I mean? I used to love those. We used to have plenty of those. There wasn't no extra games. That was the game. It was just one little toy, and that was your game right there. I remember years of having the Pocket Pets or the Tamagotchis and stuff like that. That was stuff I pretty much stole. My mom wouldn't buy none of that shit. But one year, my friends decided to get me a birthday present. Now, this is probably, this is still elementary, but it's a a little bit older. Let's see, how old would I have been? I would have had to be in first or second grade at this time. It was first or second grade. I can't remember exactly which one. But my friends bought me a game. And you had these yellow cartridges. I'm not talking about Pokemon Yellow. I'm talking about, these were some weird round, because you know them Game Boy Color cartridges or Game Boy cartridges were square. These were or rectangular. These were like some yellow round cartridges. They went into something that played them. I never played those games. I was just like, yo, this is the dumbest shit. I appreciate my homeboys for trying, but it was terrible. Because for years, I tried to find what you could play them in, because I knew it wasn't a Game Boy. It was something like a Game Boy, but it wasn't a Game Boy. I don't know exactly what it was. It was the thought that counted. You know, that was the thing that counted. You know, I appreciated them thinking about it and trying to do something. When I would have my birthdays, it would just kind of be like, hey, let everybody know, come over, mama gonna get some pieces or she gonna cook or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And everybody eat. Fast forward, teenager. Birthdays, a little bit different, a little bit older. This is the time when folks start giving you money and stuff like that. And I've never been big on I like getting money, but I don't like getting money from everybody. I like people really taking the time out to get a card. One thing my uncle always did, even to this day, he sends me, you know, a birthday card or something like that, you know what I mean? And he always has a scripture in it. I remember he stopped not too long ago, and I told him about it. I said, hey, you know, you never know when somebody needs a word, you know? So I always appreciate those cards. I read them, I go to the Bible, figure out, okay. He always puts the verse in there, so on and so forth. And I said, look, keep sending them, you know, because I read them, you know, and I appreciate them. So that's something he's always done since I was a kid, because my uncle was away most of my life. He was either in Canada or he was in Texas. He was gone. I ain't talking about locked up. That's like my cousin, stuff like that. My uncle, he wasn't locked up. He was just off, going to school, living in the world, that type of stuff. So he would always kind of send me postcards, stuff like that. But specifically on my birthday, he would send me a card with a scripture. So, of course, like I say, you get older, you start getting money, you know what I mean? Which, like I say, it's cool. But I appreciated getting actual gifts still. You know, people actually trying to figure out, all right, man, let me get them a cool shirt or a cool hat or these Dickie pants or these Dickie shoes. Yeah, I used to have a whole Dickie outfit. This is a fact. I had the whole Dickie outfit. I was wearing all black, or I was wearing all blue or sky blue or something like that. You know, it was either black or blue. It was like, oh yeah, I had the charcoal gray. I used to have all the Dickies. So yeah, you know, take the time out, do something like that. I wasn't like some other kids that I grew, not some other, a lot of the other kids that I went to school with. You know, they teenagers, they getting cars, they getting this, they getting that. I don't think I got a cell phone until, I think I did get a cell phone in 9th or 10th grade. I think my dad bought it for me, but then eventually I had to start paying the bill, and my mom was kind of helping me. But, you know, and I think he did that for my birthday. I didn't get a car until senior year, and I paid for my car. And I ain't even talking about senior year. I'm talking about senior year, second semester. I bought my car. I finally had saved up enough money. I went out. I bought me a car. I actually bought it for my grandmother, because her car was practically brand new. I had a choice between buying her car or buying my other grandmother's car. My other grandmother's car was, you know, kind of like a classic car, especially for Arkansas. I think she had like a Grand Marquis or something like that. But them Grand Marquises, everybody had them. Lincoln Town cars. I can't think of what it was. But anyway, she had it. That was a cool car. But it was an older car. Didn't have a CD player, still had a tape deck in it. My other grandmother's car had all of this stuff. That was my first car. That was my baby. My Mazda 626, all right? Loved that Mazda. That Mazda served me well for many a years. But I paid for that Mazda put tint on it. Got these little hub caps because I couldn't afford rims. I did get speakers though. I got plenty of speakers. I got a sound system, put in. And by that I mean a deck. You know what I mean? A CD deck if y'all don't know what a deck is. But I got a deck put in. I got 6x9s. I got the 6x7s. Whatever little speakers, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool, especially for me. It did everything I needed to do. It got me from A to B, and it only had like 40,000 miles when I got it. Mind you, this was a 99 Mazda 626. My grandmother barely drove it. She would drive to the casino and come back. So anyway, I bought that senior year. So that kind of tells you what was going on when I was a teenager and some of the things that I had to do, you know what I mean? But I did get a car, I got a phone, you know what I mean? I got like some little basic stuff. But as far as my birthdays, it pretty much was like we were still having these parties, but now I'm a little bit older, and it's different music playing. Grandma ain't there. Grandma was around and she was at the birthday parties when I was younger. Now, a little bit older, still I'm around older folks. So my birthdays was like hood parties for everybody. And that's basically just how it was because of how my step-pop was and my mom. So everybody over there kicking it, doing whatever they doing, you know what I'm saying? We all having a good time listening to my music, you know what I mean? I'm dancing, having a good time, you know what I'm saying? All kind of good memories, and we was always posted up. Had the food ready. Somebody might have had a pistol on them. You know what I mean? But we was kicking it. We ain't never really had no problem, especially on my birthdays. They ain't really let nothing like that happen. In the neighborhood, where we was, everybody knew who we was. No matter where we moved in Little Rock, everybody knew me, or they knew my family, or they knew my step-pop. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't ever really had no trouble and nothing like that, especially around that time. One year specifically, and I'm not sure which one, but, during this time, I had like braids, a fro. This was, that growing your hair out phase, you know what I'm saying? And I was dressing different. I never have liked dressing like everybody else. I always had my own style or whatever. So one year my mom, I think we were at my grandmother's house. I think we did it at my grandmother's house that year, and my mom still got me a cake. And we would do this thing growing up where we took pictures, like funny pictures, just random pictures of different people. We would walk up on them, we would flash them. If y'all don't know what that means, that just means that we would walk up on people. We wouldn't be like, hey, let's take a picture. We would just walk up and click, and we did that just around our family. So we got so many funny pictures. So my mom had a picture of me where my uncle had flashed me. He had gotten me. And she got one of those cakes where you put like the picture on the cake. So she had this funny ass picture of me on the cake, and she got like these black and blue balloons, and you know what I mean, and we had a good time. Like I said, my mom always, made it special. You know what I mean? I never really tripped out about how extravagant it was, or how many friends came over. As long as I had like my uncles and my mom, I was pretty much straight. I was pretty much happy. Me and the homeboys, we would get together, we would do stuff. My grandmother, which I still, as I got older, my grandmother, she would give me like a piece from Little Caesars, or she would do that either Christmas or birthday. I actually think she started doing it on Christmas and birthday. She would be like, I'm gonna go get you a little $5 piece. You know what I'm saying? So I would get my little $5 pieces and I would eat them. I was never one who just complained about stuff like that because I knew my people wasn't rich. You know what I mean? Like I knew they wasn't rich. I knew what we lived in. I knew who was in this hood. I knew who lived in this hood. I knew, you know what I mean? I just knew what it was. So I was always aware of stuff like that. I just appreciated it if you could do anything. If you could do anything, cool. If you couldn't, that's fine too. Just come, get you some cake, because black folks don't like no leftover cake. Now, some black folks, they will put cake in the freezer and freeze that junk and keep it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But when you got stuff like that sitting around, eventually you want to get rid of it. It's getting old. You got to throw all that stuff out. So that was kind of my birthdays, as a teenager. Again, some of the same stuff, but it wasn't as kiddie. This is you growing up now. You getting some hair on your chest. You getting some hair on your nuts. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be a man. You know what I mean? But that was stuff that was just unsaid. It wasn't like no formal type of stuff, man. Living in the conditions that we lived in, it was just like it was understood. What's understood ain't got to be explained. So as an adult, I still carried that. Like I said, I don't work on my birthdays. That's kind of like a holiday, period. Luckily this year my birthday falls on a Saturday. Had it not, I would have taken off. And actually, where I work at now, we get our birthdays off. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. We just kind of get like an extra holiday or whatever. So anyway, I take my birthdays off since I can remember. Birthdays over the years, I want to say, prior to my wife, my birthdays was pretty much me and my home. Like once, and mind you, like I said, me and my wife, we got together not too long after I left college, which I actually thought about that today. Like, literally, I want to say we got together when I was like 20, going on 21, 22, something like that. I think it was 20, going on 21, I believe, you know what I mean? So, while I was in college, we would just kick it. I probably, had some girls or something like that, or, had a girl. I ain't gonna say no girls over, but we would get on like dominoes and spades and stuff like that. We would just kick it kind of like in the dorms or whatever. And my birthdays was during the summer, so I either was in Arkansas. Matter of fact, I would have had to been in Arkansas actually, because I ain't go to summer school. I ain't never had to go to summer school, and when you stay on campus during the summer, you got to pay for that shit. So I'm pretty sure I was in Arkansas for my birthdays, and me and my boys was just like hanging out. We was either hanging out or we was either getting into some trouble or some shit like that. But that was birthdays, pretty much college, and then going into an adult is when me and my boys, we would start, once I started drinking. I probably didn't start drinking alcohol, liquor, whatever, until I was 21 or 22 or something like that, because I just was never on that. If you listen to my other episodes, y'all know I wasn't really never on smoking and drinking and stuff. It just wasn't for me or whatever. And even now, I don't do it heavy. I do it kind of socially and, responsibly. I don't really play around with that, man. I don't like not having my fine motor skills. But anyway, so me and my homeboys eventually, we start getting together, because now obviously we're older. So we'll go to a bar. They'll buy me some drinks. When their birthdays come around, I buy them some drinks. That's kind of the normal thing. I might get together with them. I think we went to go see Batman vs. Superman, me and my homeboys. Like, we got together, all the guys. We got together, went to go see, like, Batman vs. Superman, my uncle. And we might do some stuff like that, you know what I mean? If it's some type of, Expendables or some type of movie coming out, that's like a guy's movie or whatever, we might get together and go do something like that. Or we'll just get together at night. I ain't never really been big on strip clubs, and I don't do the hookah. Obviously, like I said, I don't smoke or nothing like that. So it's relaxing. That's the life that I wanted. I feel like I didn't live the other life when I was younger. Like, a lot of stuff that I don't do now, even as a married man, because obviously married men still do it, but it's just like, I was going to strip clubs when I was in high school and college. Like, I was doing stuff way before everybody else was doing stuff. I was running the street way before everybody else was doing stuff. I was getting in the clubs way before everybody else was. So that stuff, by the time I got older, it was just like, man, clubs be too crowded. Niggas be stepping on your new shoes. That's the worst thing. When a nigga got some new shoes, I promise now, it's even crazier. Usually I used to have to worry about niggas stepping on my shoes. Now it ain't nothing but females. Them the only ones, they'll step on your shoes. They will not apologize or nothing. At least a guy might apologize. Oh, my bad, bro. Whatever. Females don't give a damn about your new shoes. Women will step on your shoes. You You got to watch out for them. You got to be careful. Guys, you ain't even got to worry about it. I promise you. As you get older, you ain't got to worry about a guy bumping into you. You ain't got to worry about a guy stepping on your shoes. Well, he might bump into you, but it's going to be an accident. I promise you. It's going to be an accident. He ain't see you. Y'all was both sliding past each other. Y'all was both trying to get out of each other's way. Y'all kind of bumped each other. Both, my bad, my bad. That's as you get older. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is not coming from a guy who's in the clubs, who's at the strip clubs, who's at the hookah bar, who's at all the bars and stuff like this. This is coming from a guy who occasionally goes out and does those type of things. But I never really tripped about going to some club and dancing and being all around the women as a married man, or even as a, you know, as a single man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, that you know, I was good on that. Just being around my guys, my boys, and getting to hang was always dope for me. Sometimes my homeboys that aren't in town will be able to come in town. We'll link up and get together. Or, you know, like last year, which I talked about on 30 for 30, I went out of town and me and my boys, we kicked it, you know, had a good time, you know, and stuff like that. And of course, like I said, last year was by far the best birthday I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? That was something to remember. You have to go back and listen to the episode. I know I keep saying that, but as an adult, stuff calmed down. You know, I don't really be tripping. I mean, now, you know, you kind of get the text. You know, my mom still sends me a card, my uncle, you know what I mean? But I get a text. Maybe, you know, somebody will bake a cake or something like that. You know, I may get something here or there. Of course, my wife, she figures out something. She does something. You know, the little stuff like that. You know, just hear from my homeboys, stuff like that. But it don't be no, you know, obviously, when I'm a teenager or, you know, a kid or something like that. You know, it's just kind of like, man, happy birthday. You know what I mean? You man, stay blessed. You blessed, man. You're a beautiful child, beautiful wife. You know what I mean? All of that type of stuff. Just the grown man stuff. One funny thing about my wife, and this goes to the sevens, is that I think when I met her, she was living in an apartment. I think I was living with my mom or something like that. I'm almost positive I was living with my mom. But anyway, I think she lived in like some duplexes or something like that, or townhouses, something like that. And the number ended in like a 7. It was either 87 or 7, you know, ended with a 7. I know that for sure. So that was interesting. That before we got married, it just so happens that the number on her door actually ended in a 7. I only brought that up just being an adult, different birthdays, and just like coincidences. The reason why I say my birthday isn't as lucky is because, yes, I definitely had some bad birthdays with that 7787. It's like, man, that's when the stars align. 7707, 7717. You know what I mean? Those are kind of like those two, like really, really special. And for me, some of those birthdays were definitely bittersweet. You know, some of them didn't get what I wanted. Some of them was bad. They was, you know, they was terrible. And it's just like, oh man, you know what I mean? It's like, but of course, because that's when my birthday is, everybody automatically assumes, oh, it's like this. He got that. He get this. No, I don't always work out that way. You know, I'm sorry to bust your bubbles. Any of y'all that's got all them 7s in your birthday, I'm not finna say that you're gonna be lucky. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I just gotta tell you the truth. Maybe it's just me because it's 777. You know what I mean? Which is technically supposed to be the luckiest. 7707. I think I had like a few people pass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it was 7707 was bad, man. That was a really bad one. You know what I'm saying? But I always look at the bright side. I get another opportunity. I get another birthday. You know, and that's the most important thing. It's not so much about, was this one good? Was this, you know, I always say, just try to make the next one better or as good as the last one. You know, I'm never going to forget it. I'm always gonna keep up with it. Even though once you get a little bit older, for a while I start forgetting. I was like, man, how old am I? It's like once you get past 25, you get 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's a lot of numbers. Now it's gonna be 31. You know, for a while I was just like, I don't know how old I am. I was like, I'm older, over 25. I don't know how old I am at this point. You know, I just know these birthdays keep coming in, and that's a blessing. You know what I mean? That's a blessing. I have to find the joy. You know, if you ain't got no joy in your life, I feel sorry for you. But you gotta find something. You gotta find something that you can hold on to. You gotta find something that you can appreciate, man. One little thing can just change your mood so much. It can change your outlook overall as far as your life and where you've come from. So find that, whether it be a friend or a spouse or your child or your parent or your cousin, find you some joy somewhere. It could be a teacher. It could just be somebody that did something nice for you. Find that and hold on to it and really take in that joy. Before I part, I know this is a quick one, you know, I know y'all like, dang, man, that's not really what this one was about. I mean, I thought about taking out pictures and going through specifically this and specifically that, but this is more, again, just an overall thing on the journey and the changes and just talking about my birthday over the years. I looked up some information that I, thought was interesting, and I'll give y'all the quote. I can't think of the name of where this come from, but it don't matter. It isn't the date on either end that counts, but how they use their dash. For that dash between the dates represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. Live your dash well. You got the date you were born, you got the date that you die. Live your dash well. I wish that to everybody. That dash is important. That dash is a mark, and that is really the story of your life. You know, not that he lived, not that he died, but what he did during that dash, or she did during that dash. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Let y'all get back to y'all day. I appreciate everybody. If you showing me some love today, or if you showed me some love in general, I appreciate it. Remember, this is the What We Gonna Do podcast. You can find me on social media at What We Gonna Do Pod. If you would like to start a podcast, visit podbean.com/What We Gonna Do. If you would like to support the show, check out patreon.com/What We Gonna Do. Email me, whatwegonnado@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, review. And if you do review, do it on iTunes or wherever. I figure it out. Just let me know. Hit me up, tag me, do whatever you need to do. Leave me a review. I'm out. Until next time. But hold up. I got a bonus round for y'all.
Perfect.
I know everybody doesn't do astrology or religion, and even I don't pay attention as much anymore to astrology specifically, but here's some interesting stuff. The seventh day was to be set apart. Thus, right at the start of the Bible, the number 7 is identified with something being finished or complete. Whew. That's good. That's good. It makes me feel good, in my spirit. I don't know if I won't say that I'm finished or complete, but I take in those words that they are relevant and consistent in my life. The number 7 is the seeker, the thinker, the searcher of truth. Notice the capital T. The 7 doesn't take anything at face value. It is always trying to understand the underlying hidden truths. That's a fact. You know what I mean? That whole, again, that trust but verify. Now it's like verify, then trust. You know what I mean? Maybe. The 7 knows that nothing is exactly as it seems, and the reality is often hidden behind illusions. Also, something I believe in. What's so funny about astrology and some of this stuff and just looking up in numerology? It be making sense. It'd be hard to argue with it. But then sometimes I'd be like, man, this shit could apply to anybody. You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny how I wonder if we manifest these things and we make them applicable, or if, it's the other way around. Like, I just wonder if these things are influencing our decisions, or if our decisions are influencing these things, or what that combination of it is. You know what I mean? Once you're aware of something, once you know about it, and then you associate with it, you know what I mean, and then you say, yeah, that's me, or are you projecting? You know what I mean? I don't know. My Cancer 7, yes, I am a Cancer, July 7th. I got 7 things. I'm sticking with the theme of 7s. First thing, unconventional thinkers. I agree with this. Yes, I agree with this. I only picked 7. Unconventional thinkers, I think about everything differently. I don't look at stuff the same. I don't feel the same way. I don't act like everybody acts. I'm on my own path. Now, when I see other cancers, to be honest, I don't feel, and this might be unconventional, maybe it's all cancers, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm like the rest of the cancers. I honestly don't. I've met cancers, and I see some of the stuff that y'all are saying, but I've never really met too many cancers that are like me. I feel like they're just their own people. It's so funny, like, even though we're all kind of in this cancer thing, depending on how your birthday falls and which one you go by, earlier or later or whatever, I'm kind of like in the middle or whatever, or at the beginning, but middle. It's just so many different people. So it's hard for me to just say because we're born in this time frame that everybody's, got these same similarities and stuff like that. I really haven't seen it personally. Cancers can get sentimental and find themselves yearning for the past. This is a fact. Y'all hear me talk about the past a lot. Again, y'all hear me talk about reflecting this whole, this episode, is like me talking about, how I think, and I won't say that I yearn for it, you know what I mean? I won't even say that I miss it, man. Sometimes, even if I had a time machine, sometimes I question, would I go back? I always say, yeah, I would go back so I could get some money, so I could be like Back to the Future and get like one of those magazines and predict games and who gonna win and bet all the money and stuff like that. But then I wonder how much the world would change. That's kind of the thing that makes me nervous. I would rather go to a parallel universe, like a different universe. That way I can still go back to my time, boom, nothing's changed, whoop-de-whoop. But I don't want to necessarily change anything, Even, it's like, man, if you could stop people from dying, if you could... But, kind of like Final Destination, it's like, in different movies, it's like, man, when it's your time, it's your time. It's like you can only dodge it so much, if you believe in that type of stuff. But even beside that, even if I could change stuff, it's like, man, do I want to? Would I start losing those memories? They do this whole thing where it's like a wormhole and everything overlaps and you're creating 2 different timelines, and then the new timeline erases the other timeline, or, however they, if y'all watch the Terminator or any of these movies, you know what I mean, how time works. So I just don't want to take the chance on changing something that changes me, changes my attitude, changes my just certain stuff about me. Like, I start forgetting stuff. I don't need no butterfly effect where I'm sitting here and I don't have a daughter now and all this. I think I might leave it the same, to be honest. They have a great memory. My memory, I want to say, man, my memory is kind of like, I won't say I have a great memory. I will say my memory is specific. Like, I have RAM, like a computer, whether y'all believe it or not. I have so much information, and it comes together at the weirdest times. Like, it's not even that I'm thinking about it, but I can recollect and remember information so clearly. Passwords, all of this. But then it's stuff that I forget. My homeboy always messing with me, or at least he used to, about these girls that I dated back in the day. And I'd be like, he be telling me their names and where they from. Man, you remember, old girl, she was from Bossier City. Brother, nigga, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know who you, yeah. It's like he had to keep telling me, but he has a better memory of these people than I do. And I'm like, yo, I don't even know who you talking about at this point. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Specific things and pieces of information and people, I remember. Things from textbooks, I remember. Like, certain stuff, even just stuff that I've read over the years, YouTube videos, stuff that I've watched. Certain information, I read and I can access it. Biblical stuff, centripetal, just random pieces of information. I can remember a lot of stuff. I don't know why. Love, peace, and harmony. That's a fact. I won't say I always get peace and harmony, but I definitely love peace and harmony. That would be my perfect world if that's all I have to deal with, is having peace and having harmony. That would be like my perfect world. Cancers are incredibly intuitive and astonishingly good at reading people. This is definitely a fact. I believe I know. When I meet people, I feel like even online, you know what I mean? I feel like I know. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to change my mind once I know. And you can say it's misconceptions and it's preconceived notions and whatever you want to call it, bias. I just got a feeling when it comes to people. So I definitely believe this, you know what I mean? And it's not even like a good or bad feeling. It's just like I'm using energy because that's like the popular word now, but it's they vibe and just the feel about them. Like, I know. Honesty is a unique specialty found in cancers alone. I thought that was funny. I don't know who, the other signs and all this different stuff, and I didn't read my horoscope today, but I thought that was funny. And I would agree with this. I would say that, I am a brutally honest person. It is what it is, but I would definitely say that I am brutally honest, and I'm a person that believes in brutal honesty, tough love. Cancer is always there for their friends, period. They instinctively protect their loved ones. Yes, I have done some stuff. I've punched people in the face. I have, jumped people. I have came home from college to get people into school. I have gotten people into college. When it comes to my family and my friends, I am very protective of them, and I won't say always there for them. I'm always there for them in spirit, not monetarily. And again, when I'm tough. So I will say I'm there for them. I can't say always because sometimes people gotta learn, but I'm definitely there. Last but not least, Cancer is chill and calm until they're provoked. This is a fact. This is definitely a fact. I thought this was definitely funny. I say this all the time, that Cancers are the coolest of all the signs. I don't know what anybody else is. I don't even care. I think we the most laid back, chill people. Some people say nobody can get along with Cancer. I want to say Cancers are one of the only signs, one of maybe two signs that anybody could date. Like according to the thing, I think anybody can like date a Cancer or whatever. So we got to be the coolest, laid back people. And y'all say, "Oh, Cancers are emotional." This to me is crazy because when you look at all the other signs, whether it's Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, y'all is crazy. A lot of y'all is crazy. I don't understand how we're the most emotional when y'all emotions are like, this person like to be mess with a whole bunch of women, or this person like to do this. This person, y'all stuff, our stuff. I feel like it's just be a lot of talk. Like it don't really be no actual like actions along with our emotions. Oh, they can change at any second. This, that, and third. I'm just like, ain't that most people though? Like you put somebody in the face, their emotions like it. I don't like. That's like normal. Like people emotions, women, I feel like they stuff change whenever the wind blows. So it's hard for me to put that on Cancers. A lot of stuff that people say. This I agree with. We are calm and chill. We can kick it with anybody. We can talk about anything. We the coolest out of the zodiac, period, hands down. Until we are provoked. That is also a fact. Now when we are provoked, then yes, another side can come out. I can definitely vouch for this because I'm not one to start anything, but I am one to finish something. You know what I mean? I've always been that way. You know what I mean? I'm chill. I'm reserved. I'm cool. Everybody cool. But once something kind of poke that bear, it's hard. And I used to, you know what I mean? I did a good job over the years of keeping that bear unprovoked. You know what I mean? Because again, I don't mess with nobody. I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no issues, man. I'm living my life. I'm trying to kick back. I'm trying to get this money together. I'm trying to see my daughter go to college. I don't want no problems. Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be good. You know what I mean? I go my way. You go your way. We'll be good. I don't need you to bump into me in the street. I don't need you to try to start something with me. I don't need you to pull out no gun on me. Leave me alone. And we'll be good. That's it. That's all. I'm out. Till next time. Peace.
Perfect.